most fun I've had in ages. Years. Maybe ever.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at clever shows that deliver their story with an intelligent twist, but haven't gotten the recognition they deserve. These are shows that were still airing at the time of publishing in 2023. We will be mentioning crucial plot points, so a spoiler alert is in effect. Number 20. Somebody Somewhere. HBO's penchant for dark, graphic shows has made it difficult for more positive material to shine through. That's a shame because Somebody Somewhere is a perfect contrast to the network's other offerings, giving viewers a taste of optimism. The show's about Sam, a woman struggling to come to terms with the passing of her sister.
It happens.
I'm sorry, I lost my sister 6 months ago, so I'm a little...
I know. I'm so sorry about Holly.
After befriending her coworker Joel, Sam gradually starts to give happiness another chance. Of course, the road to self-recovery is paved with a few challenges, with viewers following Sam on this journey. Somebody Somewhere deliberately keeps things low-key, as we watch the two friends empower themselves despite everything life throws at them.
You can fall back on us. Don't give up.
Number 19. The Resort. The mystery genre has seen a resurgence in recent times, with films like Knives Out and Murder Mystery. The Resort ups the ante by injecting comedy, tension, and drama all at once. Kristen Milioti and William Jackson Harper play a married couple whose anniversary getaway takes a dark turn.
They can't figure out who it is. They can't even determine what it is that killed it. But it's definitely not Sam, and clearly not violent.
Huh.
Two separate missing kids. And a dead body.
After becoming involved in a 15-year mystery, the protagonists realize there are sinister secrets hiding within the resort itself. It's a highly binge-worthy series for the revelations uncovered in each episode, building toward the big reveal. The resort tackles the characters' personal arcs alongside the central plot, giving it great potential as an anthology series with a new mystery in each season.
Well, we did it. I guess we're not terrible detectives after all.
Yeah, we're not good ones either, though.
Speak for yourself.
Number 18. Wellington Paranormal.
Oh. Are you what? Would you say it's a no?
Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement's film What We Do in the Shadows didn't reach mainstream success but still generated a spin-off series. Wellington Paranormal is similarly underrated as a comedy horror mockumentary, although it has a devoted fan base. The spin-off continues the adventures of police officers Minogue and O'Leary as they investigate more supernatural cases. The humor comes from how underqualified the two are, as the protagonists usually find themselves way in over their heads. Fans of dry, deadpan humor get great value from Wellington Paranormal, where characters behave nothing like you would expect against paranormal creatures.
You know, we take this sort of thing very seriously, and our eyes and our ears are always open. You know, we're working very hard to make sure that the New Zealand public know that they don't have to worry about this sort of thing happening again.
With the series on an extended hiatus, viewers can check it out in one go before its potential return down the road. Number 17. Will Trent. Competition from police procedurals like Criminal Minds and Law & Order makes it easy to overlook Will Trent. The ABC network series deserves credit for its engaging titular character, who solves cases with a devil-may-care attitude, masking the inner turmoil from his harsh upbringing.
My mother was Jane Doe.
No, she wasn't.
Someone left me in a dumpster.
Yes, that's true. But
What are you telling me? Why are you bringing this up?
His main motive is to help prevent anyone else from suffering as he did, although Will hides that under a layer of aloofness and a sardonic attitude. Great chemistry between the rest of the cast makes their banter worth watching, which complements the Case of the Week format. The lack of filler episodes helps keep the action at a brisk pace, so fans can anticipate more sharp storytelling all the way through.
It was the 80s, and single women couldn't adopt babies on their own back then. Losing you broke her heart, so she gave you the only thing she could. Your name.
Number 16. Shining Girls. It can be difficult to keep up with the many twists in Shining Girls, but the series skillfully succeeds in holding the audience's interest all the way. Elizabeth Moss stars as an assault victim who seeks to capture her attacker.
It is what happened to me. It is the only record I have, and it is the only one that matters.
It's not enough. It should be.
Moss carries the show on her back as she uncovers pieces of her own past to bring the villain to justice. Also invaluable is Jamie Bell, whose performance as the terrifying antagonist is greatly responsible for the show's chilling atmosphere. The abundance of shows on streaming platforms means that Shining Girls has flown under the radar. But with the benefit of multiple episodes to tell its story, Shining Girls does full justice to the novel it's based on.
No one wanted you. Not even the nuns. And they'll take anyone. At least that's what you tell yourself in your head.
Number 15, Superman and Lois. The comic book landscape became heavily saturated on screen over the years, leading to significant downsizing. But this one is an underrated gem. While initially believed to be part of the Arrowverse, Superman and Lois turned out to have its own continuity.
Feels like it's my fault that this is all falling apart.
Your life falling apart doesn't mean you're special, it means you're human.
Being much more grounded than a standard superhero series, the focus is on Clark and Lois's efforts in raising their family. We watch Superman both as the symbol he is and as a person striving to retain his humanity with Lois's guidance. It might not have the biggest scale, but Superman and Lois has a lot of heart.
Just gonna be in pain for a while.
Well, until you're better, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure I take the best care of you.
Sure, there's still plenty of action to enjoy, but this CW show succeeds at reaching for deeper themes. Number 14, Class of '07. No one wants to be stuck around former high school classmates they have issues with. Class of '07 explores what this situation would be like, with the addition of an apocalyptic tidal wave.
Guys! Ladies are frigid! Let's stay calm! It's just a flash flood!
Cut off from the rest of the world on a small island, the characters have to survive while putting up with each other. All this sounds like the setup for a gritty post-apocalyptic story, but Class of '07 goes completely the opposite way. The show takes a look at the absurdity of the situation, as clique mentality and petty vendettas make things hilariously worse for everyone involved.
I've been back with you just for one night, and already I know that Genevieve is still a narc, Saskia's still a she's just got a marketing team to hide behind now.
It can be hard to locate the series in Prime Video's long lineup, but those who discover Class of '07 are in for a treat. Number 13, Warrior. It's not every day we get a period drama filled with martial arts action, which makes Warrior instantly appealing. It didn't get much notice while airing on Cinemax, but a move to HBO Max has expanded its visibility. The show follows protagonist Assam as he journeys from China to 1870s San Francisco.
You'd better learn to adapt. You understand?
If I say yes, will this conversation be over?
Assam braves the Tang Wars to become a force to be reckoned with, although his path is filled with enemies. The concept was first proposed by Bruce Lee back in 1971, and the late star's imprint can be felt in Warrior's style of play. Fans can get a kick out of watching the entertaining fight sequences while being absorbed into the dangerous backdrop of 19th century San Francisco.
I think we spend every day living in their world. But today, they're gonna die in ours.
Number 12, Minx. Sometimes to beat the enemy, you have to act like the enemy. In Minx, 1970s feminist Joyce Prigger has no choice but to fight fire with fire. In her pursuit to stop female objectification, she starts an erotic magazine for women, partnering with adult entertainment publisher Doug Renetti.
At least be original. Photograph naked old people, or I don't know, make a magazine full of nude men. You know what? Maybe you could be the first centerfold. See how you like being objectified for once.
With Joyce now in charge, she has to resist the temptation of becoming part of the system she wants to challenge. Its unconventional premise might be a hard sell to a mainstream audience, but Minx definitely has its own unique identity by embracing the bizarreness of its premise. Each episode provides over-the-top material that fits the show's brand of comedy.
Actually, I'm single.
Shocker. But as a woman, let me let you in on a little secret. What she tells you and what's really happening may not be the same thing.
Number 11, Starstruck. In this story, New Zealander Jesse has a chance encounter with Tom Kapoor, only to realize that he is an A-list actor. Difficulties in navigating their contrasting lifestyles make up the bulk of Starstruck's plot, along with the many comedies of error that prevent them from being together.
My name is Jessie. I am 21 years old.
21?
Yes, don't ask for any ID, but I don't remember 9/11.
Okay, are your parents mad that you've run off with an older man?
No. Think of it as Notting Hill with a modern twist and a whole lot more jokes. There's a new surprise at every turn, as all the heartwarming moments are buried under the characters' awkward attempts at making their relationship work. Romantic comedy shows have become relatively few and far between, so it's refreshing to see Starstruck keep the genre alive.
I love you. I'm sorry. I wish you all the best.
Are you done?
Number 10. The Righteous Gemstones. John Goodman is identified with his iconic Dan Connor character, so viewers may be surprised if they see him on The Righteous Gemstones. The HBO series sees Goodman play Eli Gemstone, the patriarch of a televangelist family who live off donations to their church.
If your followers come with us, maybe they weren't your followers to begin with. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, I ain't.
As expected of a series created by and starring Danny McBride, the comedian takes the Righteous Gemstones to raunchy and over-the-top places. Each season focuses on a new way the family keeps themselves afloat without exposing their true nature. Still, it gives every character their own traits and flaws, and is an ensemble effort in every sense of the word. Free from typical network censorship, the series frequently goes off the rails in ways the audience will not see coming.
Destruction will come upon thee, and I will do the coming!
Ooh, that's nasty.
Number 9. Breeders.
Yeah, I know, Paul. They can be real pricks.
I would die for those kids, Ali. But often, I also want to kill them.
Yeah, it's a conundrum, isn't it? Trying to work out which duvet to suffocate them with.
If a show about a couple raising their children doesn't sound so outrageous, then get ready to be amazed. Breeders shows what happens after the whole living happily ever after thing, as the main characters realize it's not all it's cracked up to be. Unlike other family-based shows, Mom and Dad's frustrations threaten to spill out in the worst ways. Weirdly enough, all the temper tantrums and chaotic scenes are refreshing, providing a new lens for viewers to see familial issues play out.
You pick Ava up on time this week, Monday to Friday, or you don't get your birthday present, understood? No, seriously, mate, do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Even though there are laughs in store, don't expect to see many wholesome moments in this creative dark comedy. Number 8. Bad Sisters. It's always nice to see strong sisterhood being represented on screen. Of course, with Bad Sisters, there's a small catch of the 5 sisters plotting to murder one of their husbands.
So when are we going to have another go at killing the prick? Baby. Oh, I'm not giving up because of one little setback, Eva. A setback? We blew up their home. Yeah, but not him.
It doesn't sound like they're the good guys based on that premise, but that's not entirely true. The sisters go through this necessary evil to save their sibling from an abusive marriage. The use of 2 different framing narratives means that we don't really know how the murder took place until the end of the season. It's a heavy subject matter, sure, but the way the characters fumble toward their goal and do a bad job of hiding it provides some tremendous offbeat comedy.
You and your sisters covered it up.
Oh, my mouth is so dry, I can't swallow.
Number 7. I'm a Virgo. Is it a coming-of-age drama, a superhero show, or an absurdist comedy? After watching I'm a Virgo, you still might not know. What is clear is that the main character is a teenager who happens to be 13 feet tall.
I just thought I could give people inspiration to fight. You know? Like, show them we have power.
This surreal story follows the giant known as Cootie after his existence is exposed to the world. Make no mistake, there are a lot of jokes about the fact that Cootie is twice the size of a normal person. But I'm a Virgo humanizes the protagonist to be entirely relatable, making viewers sympathize with his naivete.
I'm glad we worked this out, you know? I don't want to fight anymore.
Yeah, we can work together.
I want to work with you. I've always wanted to work with you.
In addition to shooting for greater political commentary, we see that the size of the character matters less than who he is as a person. Number 6. The Rehearsal. It doesn't get more original than this. Nathan Fielder jumps deep into the what-if aspect of life with The Rehearsal, where actors play out potential scenarios to help a person with a problem.
So I'd have to put myself in all these uncertain environments, and I became really good at predicting how people would act in a future situation.
Fielder imagines how a person's future might be affected based on one important decision. Being in the form of a documentary, it also depicts the effect it has on Fielder himself. The lines between what's scripted and what isn't are incredibly blurred. So much so that it will make you question if it's all real.
And with a fake mom in the house the whole time, maybe he would have known it was all pretend.
You see?
But what could I have done differently to make her stay?
Fielder's form of deadpan comedy works well with the show's theme, as the comedian ensures every scenario remains entertaining from start to finish. Number 5, Billions. HBO's Succession proved to be a big hit, with stories built around power dynamics, but Showtime addressed this earlier with Billions. The series hasn't gotten as much attention, but its smart writing is second to none. Here, Paul Giamatti's U.S. Attorney Chuck Rhodes tries to bring down Damian Lewis's Bobby Axelrod and his corrupt hedge fund.
I have never sent out a single press release, given one interview. I lost every one of my friends that day.
And you've managed to make some new ones since.
While Chuck might seem like the protagonist, his thirst for power and illicit dealings sometimes blur the lines between his morals and Axelrod's. The rest of the cast members get their own subplots that complement the overarching conflict between Chuck and Axelrod. With lots of style and snappy dialogue, Billions is as cool as it can get.
Didn't figure he'd leave you behind, huh? After all that effort, all that history to just ghost you like that? Guess you bet on a bad pony, Wen.
Number 4, Pachinko. An epic tale of love, suffering, and tragedy is in store for those who check out Pachinko. Set across multiple generations, it follows members of a family affected by the Japanese Empire's reign over Korea.
일본 순사한테 우리 제피가 뭐 우리 손자 누가 키웁니까?
다 괜찮을게도. 두고 봐라.
당신이 그걸 오해합니까? 네.
Bolstered by powerful performances, the series doesn't hold back when it comes to the trials and tribulations experienced by the main characters. It's not all doom and gloom, though, as Pachinko stresses the importance of perseverance. The characters dare to dream of a better future, which we see unravel over the next several decades. While this can be difficult to watch, the rawness of their emotions can be felt with the heaviest impact.
하나 더. 절대 뒤돌아보지 마. 앞만 봐.
Number 3, How To with John Wilson. A show about asking people things they do in their daily lives sounds tame on paper, yet John Wilson manages to make it a captivating watch. The filmmaker explores New York in search of people to give advice to. These can range from simple topics like how to make small talk to deeper ones such as self-improvement.
Are we trying to be taught something that we haven't quite grasped yet? So myself and others are really looking into that, and we're starting to find patterns.
Interestingly, Wilson opts against appearing on camera himself, wanting to make the person on screen stand out for viewers. It's a nice spin on the documentary format, as Wilson brings out an interesting side of a seemingly mundane premise.
So enjoy this fantasy while you can. Because if you're having a bad day today, you can always remember it being better tomorrow.
Number 2, Our Flag Means Death. The pirate genre needed a bit of a reinvention for contemporary audiences, and Our Flag Means Death was up for the job. In a quirky take on pirate Stede Bonnet's life, we follow him and his hapless crew during their journey.
What the hell was that?
It's a one-man show, Captain. Finally caught what we've been chasing.
Why is that ship so big?
Their hopes of experiencing the merry life of a pirate don't quite work out due to Bonnet's incompetence. Rather than aiming for swashbuckling adventure, though, the series goes for the tone of a romantic comedy. This happens after Bonnet meets the one and only Blackbeard, with their ensuing relationship serving up plenty of fun moments.
I reckon what makes Ed happy is you.
Our Flag Means Death isn't even slightly historically accurate, but that's easy to overlook thanks to its charming cast and playful atmosphere. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Shrinking. Jason Segel remains best known as Marshall Erickson in How I Met Your Mother, but the actor mines new comic ground with this uplifting series. Starring alongside Harrison Ford, who takes a break from his action star status, Segel plays a widowed therapist with a hands-on approach towards his clients.
You guys ever get so mad at your patients that all of a sudden you just want to shake them?
Oh, we don't shake them.
No, I know. I'm rooting for him.
His new methods end up getting him in hot water with his colleagues and friends. Still, Shrinking acknowledges the grief that comes with loss and provides viewers with good-hearted sentiments at the same time. The idea of healing from pain through trial and error is a bold step that the series tackles with grace.
I'm sorry, Gab.
Stop that. Stop. You're doing sad face.
This is just face. I have resting dead wife face. Watch say something really exciting.
It also helps that the cast brings their A-game to balance both comedic and dramatic elements. Did we miss any shows you think are must-see TV? Let us know in the comments.
I think we'll all be great.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.